What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I'm back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, guys, I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can beat the KUJA Pirates Fortnite, which does contain Margaret and some of the other KUJA Pirates characters. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first off, let's go ahead and break down some of the new units in this Fortnite dungeon. Number one being the major boss, Margaret Warrior, defending her country. So she is a 4-star unit that does evolve from the droppable 3-star character, and she is a quick shooter character with no secondary class, which is a little bit interesting. And at max level at level 99, she has 1563 health, 1070 attack, and 335 recovery. Now she does have 20 cost, and she does have 2 socket spots as well. Her captain ability will boost the attack of shooter characters by 1.75 and recover a small amount of health at the end of each turn, so not a very good captain ability. And then her special ability, which starts at 18 turns and will max at 9 turns, will deal 5,000 fixed damage to one enemy and then delay all enemies for 1 turn. Also, it will change recovery orbs on shooter characters into matching orbs. So overall, this is actually a pretty good special. You're getting that really nice fixed damage dealing, and it's a 9-turn cooldown as well at max. So 5,000 fixed damage at 9 turns is really good. But not only that, she also does multiple other different abilities. She also delays for 1 turn. And she changes recovery orbs on shooter characters to matching. So if you guys are familiar with Heracles and the Stronghold Ace team, you guys might know that you do end off getting like 1 extra recovery orb at the end. And that recovery orb can be changed into a matching orb with this Margaret on your team. So overall, this actually fits really well on a shooter team. I don't know if you'd really want to use her over Stronghold Usopp or any other shooter character, but if you don't really need a delayer or anything like that, she's actually not that bad. It does help your team deal a lot more damage output for the Stronghold Ace team, and just overall, just for a shooter character in general, she's actually pretty decent. So I would highly recommend you guys to try and max her out, just because she's only 9 turns for 5,000 fixed damage and delaying. So overall, just that in general is just an amazing ability. Moving on from that, we have Sweet Pea. Now, Sweet Pea is actually the hidden character of this Fortnite dungeon. She's a 3-star unit and is a strength powerhouse shooter character. Now, at max level at level 70, she has 1,041 health and attack power, and she has 155 recovery. She has 15 cost and 2 socket spots. She doesn't actually have a captain ability though, but her special is pretty interesting. So it starts at 19 turns and will max at 14 turns. And what it does is it changes the orbs in the middle row to recovery and the orbs in the bottom row to tandem. Now this is actually a pretty interesting ability, because you could actually sort of use this in some teams, especially if it's like a pure strength team with like Raid Boss Kuma. You could actually figure out some different times you could actually use this in tandem with Kuma to get you some good matching orbs. But overall, she probably won't be used that much. Honestly, she's not a great character overall. She has pretty average stats, you know, only 2 socket spots as well, so not really that great. And there actually is another character in this Fortnite as well that you actually can drop as well, but she's actually available in the Amazon Lily story mode. So I'm not going to go through her abilities. It's Afalandra. We'll go through what she actually looks like in the actual breakdowns of the stages. But now let's actually move on to those stages right now, and what you can expect from all of the stage, or from some of the stages in this Fortnite dungeon. So this is one of the major stages that does appear, which is on stage 4, but before we get into that, let's go ahead and have a look at the condition for this Fortnite dungeon that states you can only bring Dex units. So you can only bring a team of green characters. Green characters are the only characters you can bring for the 30 stamina version. For the lower stamina versions, you might be able to get past this with some other teams, because sometimes the conditions might change for the lower difficulties, but for the highest difficulty of this Fortnite, 30 stamina is Dex units only. Now, on stage 4, you will come across Afalandra, which is the character that is actually droppable from the Amazon Lily story mode, and she has 230,000 HP and an attack power of 7,026, and she can either spawn in on a 1 or 2 turn cooldown, and then after she actually attacks, she will then go to a 3-turn cooldown. Now after the first turn, she will chain the bottom left unit for 2 turns. Now I'm not too sure if this is after the first turn of her actual attacks, or if it's literally like after the first turn that she's there. So it could be either one of the or, but she only has 230,000 HP. So with a full Dex team, you should have no problems whatsoever dealing 230,000 damage at all. And if she has her HP below 50% and she's still alive, she will swap your crew's orbs into Strength, Dex, Recovery, or Tandem orbs. So that might be a little bit annoying, but overall you shouldn't have too many issues with taking down Afalandra on stage number 4. Moving on from that, on stage number 7, we have Margaret, the final boss of the dungeon. So, Margaret has 780,000 HP and an attack power of 3,590 on a 1-turn cooldown. Now, she does have a preemptive attack that will apply a 10-turn, 9-hit combo shield. So, you have to deal 9 hits of damage to Margaret before you can actually start dealing damage to her. So, that is quite annoying. And Margaret herself, when she falls below 50% HP, will buff her attack for 99 turns. And then for 99 turns, she will apply a debuff protector as well. Also, whilst under 50% HP, she will convert your crew slots to either Psi or Int orbs, so having a full team of Dex characters isn't going to be very beneficial at all. And then when she actually falls below 20% HP, she will deal 5,000 damage to you. So definitely do not want to get her under 20% HP. And the characters that she's surrounded by, she has 2 female bandits, one being Psi and one being Dex. They both actually have really annoying abilities. The Dex one will actually apply a Captain Despair, so you don't want that to happen. And the Psi character also has some sort of ability that is also really annoying. So definitely try and target down those characters first, and then you can go ahead and target down Margaret. Now, when you enter this room, she doesn't have any delay protector or anything like that, so you can go ahead and delay her for that first turn. There aren't many Dex delayers though. I mean, you got guys like Bram from Skypiea, the story mode character. He can actually be used as a delayer if you guys want to bring him as a Dex delayer. But overall, it shouldn't be too difficult of a 30 stamina dungeon, especially with a very powerful like Dex slasher team. And we'll go through a really good free-to-play team that you guys can build towards the end of the video. Moving on, this is the hidden stage, which is Sweet Pea. Now, Sweet Pea is a strength character, and she has 360,000 health and an attack power of 4,980, and she actually has a 2-turn cooldown. Now, she doesn't do actually anything, but if her HP falls below 20%, she will apply a big defense buff for 3 turns. But remember, when she does apply that, she will be under 20% HP, so taking down that last 20% shouldn't be too much of a hassle for your team. So now let's go ahead and have a look at the notable drops that you can get throughout this Fortnite dungeon. Now, the skill books are actually pretty insane. Starting things off, Legend Crocodile books. So, Legend Crocodile has an absolutely insane ability. So, when you activate his special when you're under 30% HP, it doubles the attack of cerebral characters for 1 turn. Absolutely insane skill. If you guys have Legend Crocodile, this is your time to shine and farm the heck out of this dungeon because his skill is absolutely phenomenal. Moving on, there is CP9 Bluno. He's actually really good as well. I believe he boosts powerhouse characters by 1.75 or something like that. He's actually pretty good. I highly recommend it to max him out as well, especially if you don't have 3-day 2-year Sanji. You've also got story mode Bluno. He has an okay ability, I guess. I believe it gives the captain a strength orb, or gives himself a strength orb. So it's an okay ability. You've got Sweet Pea's skill books, which is the hidden character of this dungeon as well. Moving on from that, you have the Strong World Replacement Sanji book. So his ability isn't that great, but it is good to see that we are finally getting the Strong World books, because some of those Strong World characters are absolutely insane. So hopefully sometime in the near future we can get some of the better Strong World books. That would be absolutely awesome. Moving on from that, we have Pell. Pell makes a return with yet more skill books. I think we have so many Fortnites with skill books of this guy, but his skill is actually pretty decent. I believe it boosts quick characters for 3 turns by like 1.25 or something like that. So it's not a bad ability by any means, but it's definitely not a great ability either. Baskerville from Annie's Lobby isn't really that great to really, max out. You've got Ohm as well from Skypiea. Ohm has actually got a pretty decent ability for like pure strength teams, or for slasher teams in general. Like, I believe it does some sort of orb manipulation, so that's actually pretty cool. And also Nola the Giant Snake is also there for skill books as well. So now let's go ahead and have a look at a free-to-play team that you guys can build in order to actually take on this Fortnite dungeon. So I call it the Shambles team because pretty much you can fit Law on this team as well. If you guys have Law as a captain or a sub-unit, he would work really well. You've obviously got the Coffin Boat ship that helps considerably when you have a team of slashers, boosting your HP and attack by 1.5. But really, it really doesn't matter. You could lead with Doflamingo, or you could lead with Mihawk as your captain. It really does not matter. You can run with one of each. It really doesn't matter. But this is just the team with the most damage output, with a double Mihawk lead with Doflamingo sub-captain. Ashura is actually really insane for this because Ashura has a combo at 9, and with his combo you can automatically break Margaret's shield with 1 hit of your characters. Then you can use your other 5 characters to deal damage to Margaret. So Ashura is actually really useful for this dungeon in particular. And then you also have Onigumo from the Buster Call raid. He has a 7-hit combo, I believe, or something really high, so he can also be used to try and break down Margaret's shield as well. And he also has a really good ability. I believe it's like a certain HP cut or something like that, maybe, so that he's actually actually pretty decent. And the last slot as well just can be anything that you really want. As I said, if you guys have Trafalgar Law, he fits really, really well on this team. He's just super, super good, especially with his ability to shuffle all orbs except for Dex orbs into either Dex, Tandem, or Recovery orbs. So he's actually got a really nice ability for this team in particular, because you have a team of Dex slasher characters. So that is going to conclude yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.